Hi Cancers, welcome to July and happy birthday. Just gonna head right into it. Two cards popped out as I was getting into your zone. The King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So the King of Wands, I was actually doing a little bit more research on, there's always so much to learn about the cards. And the King of Wands was one of those readings that I was learning more about. One of the cards I was reading more about the actual physical appearances. So it was saying a lot about having, those dark features, but then also a red tinge. So although they are a fire sign, which already, they're going to have that fiery personality, also seeing a little bit of a red tinge either in their roots or maybe when they were a baby they had a little bit of redness in their hair. But there is something about this King of Wands in particular that red is their color. Red is either what you always see them wearing. It could be the color that you think of when you think of them, because colors also have energies as well. This person definitely is put on a pedestal. Either you put them on a pedestal or possibly they do it themselves because of their fiery energy. It is sort of, what the fire signs are a little bit known for, especially the Leos. They have that ego that kind of makes them put themselves in a position of look at me. That's kind of just the energy that they work with. Another thing I'm seeing with this King of Wands is measuring up to them. Either it's hard to measure up to them, or they put themselves so elevated that you feel like you can't even tell them that you're on the same level as them, because they're very kind of strict and steadfast when it comes to how important they are. So this King of Wands popped out, and then the Ten of Pentacles. So this is all about security when it comes to the family, new beginnings as well, taking the new beginnings when it comes to family and friends, and just making sure that everybody is taken care of. That's one of the things that I've noticed the most with a lot of the people that I talk to and read for, is that when it comes to their success, it really is dependent on the success of the people that they care about. And a lot of the times they'll be incredibly successful, but they either have to cut off family and friends because their success just gets funneled through money to the family and friends that don't necessarily have that same level of income. So they feel like they have to cut family and friends off. But essentially, this King of Wands is connected to your family success. So whether that's positive or negative, that's what your subconscious wanted you to know off the bat. Okay, so this reading is for Cancer for July 2018. Okay, so like we were just talking about before, then we have the Greed card. So possibly this King of Wands is impeding on your sense of security when it comes to your family and friends and new beginnings. They've just been a little bit too greedy, which is causing a lot of confusion for you. You've kind of gone inward when it comes to it, being like, how can they be so greedy, so focused on their power, so focused on what they've accomplished? And it just doesn't resonate for the Cancers, because Cancers are all about home and family. They're all about giving back to the home and family. They would do anything for their family, including, going bankrupt. So for this fire sign to come in and say, no, this is how I'm going to do it, you don't measure up to my level of success, that's because they're greedy. That's because they're not allowing anybody else to gain any success, because they're so focused on their own empowerment. And the card that just tried to pop out was the Judgment card. Ooh. And then the card that did pop out was the Nine of Cups. So the Judgment card, the fact that it tried to come out and then it was pushed back in, is pretty much your subconscious saying, listen, you can judge this King of Wands all you want. You can judge this fire sign all you want. But at the end of the day, you just have to focus on your own emotional happiness and fulfillment. Okay? Just focus on what you need to do in order to be happy, because it's just going to bring a lot of frustration, a lot of confusion, and a lot of unhappiness if you're focused on the King of Wands empowering the family. Because this is what you do for the family. This is what you do for your family and friends. You empower them emotionally, whereas the King of Wands is more of this financial empowerment. So the fact that this King of Wands is so greedy, is so confusing to you, just keep focusing on you. Keep focusing on you being emotionally happy and you being emotionally there for your family and friends, because they need that just as much. And that will empower you and raise you up in a completely different way than what your expectations of the King of Wands would ever do for you, okay? Because your reputation, people really look up to you, especially emotionally. I know, especially the moon and cancers, they can be very intuitive to other people's feelings and emotions, but they don't do anything with it. They'll just harbor it. They'll hold it in. So they'll know, I know how you're feeling, but instead of talking to that person about it and allowing them to finally release and just say, oh, finally somebody understands me emotionally, instead the moon and cancers especially will just hold it in and be like, why aren't they coming to me? So it is time to reach out and to say, listen, emotionally, I got you. I may not have you financially, but emotionally, I got you. And that will really build your own feelings of self-worth and how other people see you. And yeah, that King of Wands may think that you can't measure up to them when it comes to power, but emotionally, you're going to be soaring over them. You're going to skyrocket over them. Okay, so let's see. Cancer, July 2018. So that's what your subconscious wanted you to know right off the bat for this month. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so the theme of this reading is something missing within the home. Okay, so there is something definitely going on this month within the home and family. I'm just going to warn you right now, this entire year, 2018, is a huge focus on relationships and love and unconditional love. It's an 11 year when it comes to numerology. And if you know any life path number 11s, which is by adding their birthday all together, and if you get an 11, after you reduce everything down, if you know any life path 11s, you'll notice that their relationships are all messed up. I'm an 11 and I literally struggle every day with relationships. Like it just doesn't work well for me. And that's the energy of this year, is really realizing how sensitive people are, working with their energy instead of against it, and treating everybody like they are your soulmate with unconditional love. Another 11 that I follow is Sarah Yip, and she was saying to envision every person that you meet, stranger, colleague, trusted person, family, friend, every person that you meet, envision a sign over their head that says, treat me like I am important. Because essentially, that's all anybody wants. That's probably all you want too, is just to be treated with some sort of importance and respect, right? And love and unconditional love. So putting that out is what you're going to get back threefold. And the theme of this reading is recognizing that something is missing within the home and family. You focused on 3 things in particular for far too long, and you won't even deviate. You won't even try to cross the line of saying, well, maybe I could have this. You won't even do that. It's time to pull yourself out of that stubbornness, out of that Taurus energy, out of that guardian energy, and focus a little bit on yourself, on your own emotions, because something is missing. And you've been balancing your power a lot. You've been trying to find your focus. You've been trying to find your support. You've been putting out a lot of emotional energy, but the foundation is cracked. The foundation is just completely messed up right now, and you're feeling really powerless. It is time to reach out for help, especially from feminine energy that has it all sorted, who has kind of the counter energy to the King of Wands, but in a more feminine, softer way. And that will create some new feelings when it comes to the home and family, when it comes to your marriage, when it comes to the people that are close to you. And that'll really create a huge shift, okay? So what your subconscious wants you to know, just to recap, is the King of Wands may make it seem like they are above you, that they have their finances all sorted, and that gives them some sort of lord over you. But at the end of the day, their greed is causing a lot of emotional confusion for you and the people in your family and friends and in your circle. So it is time to recognize that although the King of Wands may have the financial aspect taken care of, you are so emotionally fulfilled that you are giving the family and friends and yourself that emotional counterpart to the King of Wands when it comes to their financial aspect. And you actually are creating an incredible new sense of reputation and pride within yourself that will pacify any needs that you have when it comes to your finances. Because there is something missing within the home and family, and it is definitely based on trying to find your power, trying to find your support. You've been giving so much, and it's just your foundation has cracked. It's been rocked. You feel powerless. Reaching out to somebody, a more feminine energy as opposed to the King of Wands, more feminine energy who has their finances in order, will create a change in the way that you feel about yourself and the way that you feel about your environment right now, and also your home and family, your marriage, your common law partnership, just how you're feeling at home. So there is hope. That is the theme and what your subconscious wants you to know right off the bat. Now let's get started on the reading. Okay. So this is what the reading's about. This is not the best card to be pulling out your birthday month, Cancer. Feeling incredibly pinned down. Feeling like, weight, pressure, everything on top of you. Okay, the thing to recognize with this card is the swords represent your thoughts. So even though your thoughts are saying, I feel weighted down, I have so much pressure on me, I have so much going on, when is this going to ease up? You know, I'm coming into my next year of life, and this is what's happening. Finances are a mess. King of Wands is making me feel like shit because of it. Recognize that these are just your thoughts. You can free yourself from these patterns by really just changing the way you see them, by really just changing the way that you're looking at things, by saying, listen, yeah, King of Wands has it figured out, but I'm not competing with King of Wands. I'm not competing with that. I'm competing with who I was yesterday. And yesterday, I was emotionally fulfilled. Today, I'm going to be even more emotionally fulfilled, using this energy to manifest some positive changes in your life and not being ashamed of it. So that is what's going on for you this month. The obstacle and the aid to this energy, Cancer, is a complete transformation. Use your birthday year to say, I'm not going to be the same person I was last year at that age. I'm changing who I am fundamentally by completely transforming my thought process, by using my own strength, my own inner strength to transform my life. So it's an obstacle and an aid. It's not going to be easy, but it absolutely will be worth it, okay? Subconsciously, Cancer, you've definitely recognize that what you think about and what you put out there comes back threefold. It is coming back in. So you definitely want to be really cognizant of the words that you're saying. They are spells. You are literally casting spells with your words. So make sure that what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're writing down, what you're texting people, what you're retweeting, what you're posting, make sure that it all lines up to the person and the life that you want, especially for this year going forward, okay? It's all within your control. What you're thinking about, Cancer, is a relationship and the fact that you have gotten a lot more intuitive. So you are recognizing that strength that you have, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why you're feeling so bogged down, because you know now that it is your responsibility to make those changes, and it's not easy, right? It's easier to say life sucks, life did this to me, but to say I've created this, I have ownership, I'm taking responsibility, it's like the hardest thing ever, in my opinion. Maybe not so much for you, but as a cardinal sign, as the Cancer cardinal sign, that is something that you can do. You can definitely do it. So I have faith. You know that you have such an incredible intuition. It is time to start using that to your advantage, okay? So we have an air sign here, King of Swords, who is also affecting these feelings of being completely weighed down. So King of Swords, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or somebody who embodies that energy, so it could even be in their moon sign. This person has a wedding ring on their middle finger. So the way that I interpret that is screw marriage. Either, they've been hurt before and now they have a really kind of brutal perspective of marriage. So they're kind of like giving the middle finger to that union, to that partnership. But however, when it comes to relationships, they actually do prefer to fly with others. They don't like to fly solo. They have a lot of strength when it comes to their dreams as well. What else am I seeing? They've gone through this transformation. They've gone through a transformative phase where they've recognized that their thoughts and their words create their world. So this person is affecting how you're feeling, is one of the reasons why you feel incredibly bogged down. But you can use that energy to learn, to say, what lessons are the King of Swords teaching me, and how can I use their transformation in order to transform myself for the better? Because you right now, Cancer, lovers, soulmate relationship, you have that energy right now. You're all in love, all with the soulmate. Twin flame is here. Like I mentioned before, with the 11 energy for the year of 2018, June was that counter that mark where everything shifted. So everything before June, we're still kind of working with the one energy of last year of 2017 that was all about me, me, me. And now June came in and it shifted to the 11 energy, aka the 2 energy, which is all about we. So now you have that energy. If you're looking for your soulmate, if you're looking for your twin flame, this is absolutely the next 6 months, 5 months, I guess, to do it. And if you are in a relationship already and you know instinctively in your intuition that this is your soulmate, you want to recognize that this is the energy that you're working from. This is how people are seeing you. This is what you're manifesting from, as well as the emotional fulfillment. So soulmate is obviously doing a pretty good job at making you feel completely emotionally fulfilled. Use this energy to manifest out. Treat others, treat everybody as if they're your soulmates with unconditional love and acceptance, and watch your world just completely transform. Family and friends, they're doing well. They're doing really well. Family and friends, like mentioned before, even if it is a King of Wands, they are doing well. And even if they are, in a way, kind of making you feel uncomfortable with their greed, at the end of the day, it is exactly what's needed in order to continue on your path and on your journey. And it is really building you up, because they're showing you another way. They're showing you how to not only be, you have your emotional happiness, but they're saying there's another way where you can have your power happiness, which is just as important as your emotional happiness. You want an overall balance, right? So hope and fear, Cancer, is shift, is a change, and is to create that change, is to create that shift. You hope for it, but you fear it, because you know it's going to be a process. You know it's going to be a complete rebirth, and that is scary. That is definitely scary. You hope for it too. So focus on the fact that you hope for it, and maybe use this full moon, which just passed on the 28th in Capricorn, to really dive deep and be like, why would I have such a fear to create a change if I'm feeling like this? Why am I fearful of it? Because I know intuitively what I need to do, and I know that what I'm saying, what I'm thinking and feeling is coming back threefold. So why am I so afraid to make those changes? Last card, Cancer. Okay, so this is how it's going to work out for your month of July, Cancer. It's going to start with recognition that you are incredibly intuitive when it comes to relationships. You've figured it out. You know how and what you need to do when it comes to a particular relationship, which I'm assuming is the King of Wands. You know what you need to do. With this knowledge, you're going to start working hard. You're going to start working really hard. You're going to say, King of Wands, I don't want to rely on you anymore. I don't want to trust that you're going to come through when it comes to financial obligations, and especially when it comes to financial obligations with the family and friends. So you're going to say, screw it, I'm going to get to work. You're going to work really hard. And with this energy of working really hard, you're going to get a lot of pride within yourself. You're going to feel, you're going to re-up, you're going to power up. And with that energy, you're going to be given a lot more opportunities. You're going to say, okay, I now recognize that I have more energy. I have more opportunities for success. I have more opportunities for growth and for gains. And you're going to say, maybe it is time for me to let go of something. And then we'll get into August and we'll see what you need to let go of, if that is a decision that you want to make. But be prepared this month, Cancer, to work hard, to recognize some important information within your partnerships and within your relationships. And with this hard work and with this recognition, you're going to start to see how many more opportunities you have. And it will come down to a question this month where it's like, maybe something has to end. Maybe I need to create more space in my life for something new. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Cancers. I hope you have an amazing July. As always, if you want a personalized reading, we'll get to the heart of this. We'll figure out what opportunities you have and what you should be letting go of. We'll figure out how to change around your thought process and how to truly embrace your rebirth. Send me an email. My email address is below, and we will do a personalized reading that includes your astrology and numerology, so please include your birthday in the email. And please comment, like, subscribe, do what you need to do to get an equal energy exchange. Love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in August. Bye, Cancer.